Hi folks, it's Digger Does, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you like my hat. It's an Elvis Presley hat. Pretty cool, huh? I know it's not a silly hat, but since his birthday's in January, I thought I would honor his memory with wearing something from Graceland. I went there back in October, and it was really awesome. If you ever get the chance to visit Graceland, you gotta. It's a little expensive, I'll warn you right up front, but it's worth every penny of it. Um, anyway, just wanted to touch base with y'all, say, hey, what's going on? Um, got a few things I want to talk about, nothing serious, well, one is and one isn't, but anyway, have you ever been working on something and you had one of them aha moments? Well, I had one today. All day I've been trying to set up a printer for my mother. And yes, I love my mom, and I'm a good old country boy. We do anything for our mamas. Even when we can't stand being around them, we still gotta do right on mama. You know what I mean? Love mama. And yes, I do live with my mother. Before I lost my job, I was paying my own bills. Right now, she's helping me, and I appreciate that. So, all you ladies out there thinking I'm a mama's boy, I'm not a mama's boy. I do love my mother, but I'm not a mama's boy. Anywho, so back to this aha moment I had. When I set it up, the printer, it didn't say whether or not I needed a USB port to set it up. And so I chose USB. 3 hours went by, nothing happened. So I'm like, what the heck? What I do wrong? And so while I'm in the shower, I had this miraculous aha moment. I have a Wi-Fi. Don't need a USB port if you have Wi-Fi. So I had to start the whole setup procedure again. But luckily now it's fixed, and hopefully Mom will be happy when she gets home. Which she'll be home here soon, because she's going to be walking through that door here in about an hour. She works pretty darn hard, and I'll do anything for her. She deserves it. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to get on about was, this whole thing with my weight and my health. The reason why I'm trying to do something about it is that health issue that I had about a year ago actually lasted 3 years. And it's something I wouldn't wish on an enemy, if you know what I mean. Excuse me. I had what is called a venous leg ulcer. And basically what that is, the blood from the leg is not returning to the heart. And because it has nowhere to go, the leg swells, fluid builds, and all of a sudden, a hole appears. And the blood had nowhere to go but out that wound. And let me tell you something. Treatment for it is no fun. But what made it even worse, when I first started noticing the wound, it started from a scratch. And the wound got bigger and bigger and bigger until it was about the size of a silver dollar. And I'd show you a picture, but it's really, really disgusting. If you want to see pictures of it, let me know on Facebook, and I'll be glad to show you. But here, no. It's sometimes too much for me. But anyway, the scratch when they first started, or the wound when they first started treating it, they found out I had MRSA. And as you know, MRSA can be very deadly. In fact, in the early stages, it's extremely contagious. Well, they had to cut a hole in my leg to pack it with gauze treated with Silvadene or something like that to kill the infection. And oh my God, let me tell you something, that was one of the most painful experiences I have ever had in my life. And, you know, I'm a grown man, and grown men don't want to show their emotions. That day I did. I was crying so hard. It was bad. I mean, really, really, really bad. But the treatment lasted for 3 years. I had 2 skin grafts, and it was a new kind of skin graft. It was basically skin, a graft made from placenta. And I was part of an experimental group, so I got 2 free grafts. And thank God they took. But it took having to take off work at the time, and I was off for a good 2 or 3 months. And finally, my leg started to heal. For a while, it wouldn't heal. And let me tell you something, what they have to do is my leg has to stay wrapped, or had to stay wrapped 24/7. And so that it would keep the swelling down and give the wound a chance to begin healing. Because when it swells, the skin is just basically being pulled apart. It's not reattaching. So I had to get off my feet, basically. I tried to work through the whole thing, and toward the end there, it was getting worse. I mean, to the point where I couldn't even stand on it. And basically what they do is, after I've worn it for about a week, they take the wrap off, and then they have to debris all the dead skin off. That is even just as painful as the hole they cut in my leg. They take a little razor, well, kind of like a razor, and they scrape the dead skin off. Even with they deadened it. You know, they sprayed this stuff on it to deaden the area. That didn't work. That hurt. It did. But finally it started healing up, and now I have to basically keep this leg wrapped. I've worn a wrap for the last 2 days. I need to let it breathe a little bit, because when I wear one for too long, my legs start itching like crazy, and I'm not going to scratch my leg anymore. I've learned my lesson about scratching. And that's what I wanted to get on was, if you have an itch somewhere, be careful scratching, because you may have been somewhere where there was MRSA. And if it's under your nails and you go to scratch, you can insert that MRSA into the wound. And people have died from that stuff. So be very, very careful. If it itches that bad, rub it. Don't scratch it, rub it. Because I'll tell you, you don't want to go through what I went through. Kind of a funny story that goes with it is, toward the end, when it was finally starting to heal, I was having trouble with some of the dressing. The special dressing that they was putting on it was adhering to the wound. So when I would try to take it off, it was pulling away some of the new skin, which is not a good thing. And so one day I go to the wound care clinic to to bring, as every day I've done for 3 years. And it was a new nurse working there. And so she forgot to hydrate the dressing before trying to pull it off. When she did start to pull it off, she didn't go slow. She just ripped it off. I mean, whoop, like it was a Band-Aid. Oh my God. I started screaming and hollering. Every nurse, doctor, and patient came running into the room to see if I was okay. And I was in tears. The doctor told the nurse to get out. It was bad. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to start treatment all over again. Because she's basically ripped the graft off of the leg. Thank God she didn't, but for a minute there, that's what I thought. But what was funny is my reaction to how because I wanted to hit her. And luckily there was someone in the room with me when that happened, because I raised up off of that bed like I was going to hit her, because that's how bad it hurt. But thankfully everything's all right now. I just have to take care of my leg. I have to keep it elevated for an hour or two a day. And I have to try not to sit in places where it'll make my legs swell. Like the chair I'm in, I can't sit in very long for that reason. So I'll have to move back to my recliner here in a little bit. But anyway, one more thing, folks, and this is for you local employers. My name is Doug Green. I'm known as Duger Does on YouTube. I've done cashiering for the last 16, almost 10 years now, I think. And I'm very good at what I do. I know customer service. I know how to run a register. I have all the PLU numbers in my head. If you need someone like that, please get in touch with me, because even though I want to do this for a living, I got to get back to work. Me and my mom live paycheck to paycheck, and with her having to pull the load, it makes me feel bad, because I don't like seeing her work so hard. She works sometimes 15 hours a day. She's almost 60 years old. Well, she is 60 years old. And she gets to that age. I'm not saying she's old, but, she's no spring chicken either. And I don't want her having to work so hard. And so, if you need someone like me, whether you be Walmart, Costco, Cash Saver, Target, Reese's, whoever, if you're in the Tulsa area and you need a good cashier who's going to be there on time, do what it takes to get the job done, give me a holler. Because I really want to get back to work. I really want to do a good job, and I just want to make things easier on me and my mom. So folks, thank you for everything. Thank you for coming from my channel. This is Duger Does saying do good and deuces. Bye, y'all.